My most proud thing about this band is how well we get along.
We actually really don't like you. We just don't tell you that.
That's fine. My new most proud thing of this is how good of actors my band is, and I had no idea about it this whole time. Individually, none of us are famous, so it's, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like stepping into a spacesuit, right? Like you can step into it and have the fame and the adoration, and then you step out of it and like, you know, right now, like if I walked around Toronto, people could put two and two together that we're playing tonight and they could go, oh yeah, he's in Shinedown. But like if I went to Indianapolis right now, like I could walk into a Shinedown store and no one would know who I am. You know what I mean? Like it's.
But if Ed Sheeran is playing Indianapolis,
but yeah, they would be like, whoa, Ed's here. No, yeah, nothing really. I love our life, and you know, we've always been kind of all private people, but it really hasn't affected that too much.
Cat_real. What do we do after we finish
I
a
turn
concert?
into a garbage can.
No, yes, that's true.
I eat donuts and sugar and all kinds of lunch meat on the I eat like a garbage can.
He eats like a garbage disposal. It's so bad.
I drink a few beers, eat after show food, and go to bed because that show takes it out of us.
Shower.
I do shower.
Therapeutic sports massage. Dinner and Ancient Aliens.
Yeah. I will sometimes get a massage before Eric after the show. I eat my food and I usually go to bed. It takes us a while to come down from the show.
You also steal golf carts.
We sank the pirate ship a long time ago. There's really no party that happens.
There's no partying anymore.
Basically what I do at my house, I do on the bus.
I steal a lot of golf carts, and I did break into the New York State Fair the other night. Sorry, New York State Fair. It's only happened to the guy who his first time fishing. His first time fishing in 20 years, probably, or ever.
Why don't you tell everybody what happened?
So last year, my son's stepdad, his name is Eric, and we have a wonderful relationship. And he knows what I do, obviously. He is like a legitimate fisherman, and he grew up in Florida. He knows everything about like a lot of the waters in Florida. He has always wanted to take me out on the boat and take me fishing, and so that he could do something for me that I don't normally get a chance to do.
Go outside.
Go outside. The very, very first cast that I did of the day, we're kind of waiting. I casted it. Literally about 5 minutes into that, it just pulls. And it's going and going and going and going. I grab my pole and I'm like pulling it. It took about 15 minutes to get this fish in, but about halfway through, I was like, Eric, take it, man. I'm gonna lose it. He's like, no, you're gonna bring this fish in. He's coaching me the whole time to bring it in. Anyway, I caught a redfish that was about 70 pounds.
Dude, it was
Biggest
like
redfish I've ever seen. I've been fishing my whole life, so has Eric, in those waters, and have never caught one that big.
So stupid.
One fish, just one. That's his fish.
That's his fish.
Trophy fish.
His trophy fish.
The great thing about the story, though, too, is I caught this fish, and then for the rest of the 8 hours we were out there on the boat, we were just talking about life and just, you know, catching up with each other, and we didn't catch a single other fish.
The monster video was a poignant video, both of them. You know, we got a lot of great feedback from both videos, the animated video and the realism video, and it's just kind of about things that you fight with, anything that you can turn into that maybe you don't like about yourself. And honestly, the more we've been playing the song live, I've actually kind of started seeing it in a positive vibe too. You know what I mean? Like in certain ways, the lyrics don't really lean itself to that, but you know, anything that you struggle with in your life that can consume you and make you become maybe a person that you don't want to be, or that you never wanted to be, that's a big point of that. You know?
But to her question, I would say that the videos are more metaphoric than pulling from
actual events.
Actual things. Yeah.
We're also Pulp Fictioning it a little bit too. Emotional milestone. Go ahead, Zach Myers.
You getting sober? For me, I mean, that's, you know, we lived through it so much of the rough patches. Like, I don't know. I feel like all the other, now looking back on it, I almost feel like all the other times when you would get sober for like a period of time that I felt like you could have fought, and now when I look at you, I don't feel that way. I don't feel like you could fall back into it. You know? So to me, for our band, that's the biggest one, is him getting sober. For me, in the last 5 years, we played Red Rocks and the Ryman, which are like two venues I've always wanted to play since I was a kid. So that for me, and then just the level that our band is on mentally with each other. You know, like we don't, no bad days, you know, and if we do, we work it out.
I will say that's probably one of my, like he doesn't normally get me, you know, like right out of the gate. That got me. That's very, very sweet. This was the first album that I did the entire album sober, even the writing process. I was terrified that I wouldn't be able to write a powerful record if I was clean, and couldn't have been the furthest thing from the truth. I think it's the first record that I would tell anybody that I wouldn't replace one single lyric or one single vocal I did.
So when I was a kid, I'd go see, went to Charlotte to see concerts because it was the closest big city to where I lived. And there's a large amphitheater there, Live Nation venue, a lot like this one behind us. Van Halen was my favorite band for a lot of years, man, and I went and saw them when David Lee Roth was the singer. I went and saw them there. I remember just sitting there and really just wanting to be on that stage. Anyway, fast forward to, I don't know what year it was, but we're playing that same venue, and
13.
It hadn't dawned on me that I hadn't really thought about it. I knew I was playing close to home, but I hadn't really thought about being that venue or whatever. And we're playing on stage, and there was just this moment of realization, and I was looking back at the section where I would have been standing at that Van Halen concert, and here I am up on the stage playing, and it got me again, and I got really emotional. So that when you first asked the question, that was the first thing that popped into my mind.
For me, mine's a lot. I second everything that's already been said, but for me, the first thing that popped in my mind was just knowing now that the four of us are lucky enough to say we've made a career out of what we love and continue to grow almost 20 years later. For me, that's a sense of pride because it's never been easy and it will continue to not be easy. But knowing that each one of us has a really strong work ethic and have been able to keep this thing going and there's no end in sight and we actually have a career that we can support our families and enjoy is the best emotion for me.
Once again, I'm Barry.
I'm Eric.
I'm Brent.
I'm Zach, and we have been Shinedown, and thank you for watching us on 5Q4. We'll still be Shinedown tomorrow and the next day. But
yeah.
For this interview, we have been Shinedown.
'Cause my monsters are real, and they're